going on, people? Welcome to Football Carnage, and we are back with another episode of Chaos right here for you guys on the channel. Crazy weekend of La Liga. Shit, a crazy game that just finished in the Premier League as well. I see you guys in the chat talking about it. But look, we're here for La Liga, Barca, Real Madrid, and we got to laugh at Atleti because once again, these bums drop points. Big up to the chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. And also, I don't know who's breathing in their mic, but it sounds a bit wild. Make sure you guys subscribe to everybody that's up here on the panel. All the links for their channels are in the description. But big up to Football Matrix, my guy Barca Volume, Dali FC, Blaugrana Zone, Sam, and Waria. How are you guys?
All good, man.
Let's go.
Fantastic, bro.
I'm doing great. Well, can I get things started with a couple of notes from this weekend?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, 99 games, Barcelona matches, right? The 2-goal deficit. They haven't won a game with a 2-goal deficit away from home since 1962. Now, going to Real Madrid game, Vinicius Jr., right? A goal and an assist off the bench, only his second time since in his whole entire career. I think it was only his goal away from home since October of last year. And in terms of Mbappé, I want to say this real quick. Mbappé has his first 3 goals for Real Madrid. That hasn't happened since 1983. And Uli Estique from Real Madrid did the first 3 goals for Real Madrid to begin the season.
Hey, where you got them stats from?
Pichichi.
Damn.
Are you serious?
Nah, Volume did his research.
Are you serious, Will? Or are you saying that?
No. Like, I'm asking, like, where'd you find those stats?
Okay, so
there's any like stats.
There's
like
a
that.
guy.
How about Google?
There's a guy that I follow. He's from Spain. His name is Mr. Cheap.
Mr. Cheap?
Like
He's
a chip, like Mr. Chip. I'll send it to you because he tweets stuff like this, and it's really interesting.
Yeah. Wait, real quick, were you guys watching that Liverpool game?
Bro, what a game, man.
I missed it.
Well, Liverpool, Will, I'm telling you, mate, we play Liverpool way, we can get them, mate. That defense is there to be got, mate.
Liverpool, especially
That
Konate
defense
in
is there
that
to be
first
got.
half, he was looking
Bro,
shaky.
That was an embarrassing performance by Liverpool.
real talk,
by the
I don't
way.
know what is going on with
You
Konate.
can't play against 10 men, no matter how good Newcastle is. If you're Liverpool, after spending that much money, that was a pathetic performance.
Bro,
dude.
I don't know what is going on with Konate. I don't know what is going on.
People are
with
saying his head is
His head is in Madrid. Come on.
Yeah.
His
His
head
head
is
is
in
in
Madrid.
You guys still want him?
What a squad.
I don't
For
rate him
free.
as much as
You
I don't
guys
rate him
don't
that
want
much.
For free. For free?
Of
For
course.
for free.
Of
The
course.
thing is-
You guys free, but you know what that means,
Yeah, but
right?
but Miguel, here's the thing. I don't know if this has got
It
to
means
do
the
with
players
him.
getting the money. Real Madrid
But Miguel, we need to think about it
Yes,
this way
money.
now. Is
He
he
ain't
doing,
broke.
Yeah, has this Real Madrid
He
thing
has.
got into his head, or is he just having a
Just
bad
don't
start,
say
or
it's free
or has
because
he
it's
dropped
not.
off?
because
But
Mbappé
we have
wasn't
to
free.
see. We have to see.
It's 150 million euro signing. So
For the
No,
SFP,
no.
that doesn't
Free,
count.
but it's not
Nobody.
free.
That doesn't
It's a
count for
Liverpool
the
issue,
SFP.
man. Ever
all
since
I'm
that
saying
community
is not
shield.
free. That's
Wait,
all
but
I'm
why
saying.
is
It's a
it?
fact.
No. So technically, he is free. Technically, because we didn't have to pay for him, right? Now, obviously, he's not going to play for free, but the transfer of him is free because PSG got no money. So that is a free transfer. That's why they get higher wages, high signing on bonus, because you didn't have to pay the club for them. But I would still take Konate. Even this summer, I'd pay for him. 20 million.
I hope
You
you
only
guys
have
get
12
him.
months left. 15
Babara,
20 million. Take it
wait
or
a
leave
second.
it.
Replacing Alaba in the squad. Alaba will leave as a free agent.
I
and
think,
we
I
can
think
have
he's
him as
better
an
than
option
Rudiger now, no?
in the squad. Why not?
I
Say it
think
again,
he's
Warrior?
better than Rudiger. I think he's
Alright,
better than
alright, get
Rudiger
him
at
then.
the moment.
My target would ideally is Saliba for me. That is for me.
Well,
the
Saliba's
ideal
the
Liverpool
dream.
trigger.
Yeah.
Both
But
of
that-
them.
Saliba's the dream,
Get
of course,
both.
but I don't think that's happening this summer. You know what's crazy? I
No,
really was
next
hating
summer.
just now on Liverpool. I did want them to lose or drop points that game.
Nah.
So the fact that 16-year-old kid, Rio, who they've been talking about all summer, he scores the winner. Get the fuck out of here.
And he was subbed there for like 5
After
minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Impact.
He's been good, bro.
Madness.
I saw
Kids
him
are
cook
here
Atletico
to take
Bilbao
over
other
the
day.
game.
Yeah, bro. Shit is actually crazy. I mean, volume, real quick, bro. Because you've been real vocal that you don't think Liverpool are going to do that well this
No.
season. And so far, the first 2 games, you look a bit shaky. I mean, like, is this what you were expecting?
Yeah, no, this is totally what I was expecting because, dude, I've seen this in sports. I've been watching sports for a long time. I'm a nerd, dude. Like, winning the offseason doesn't mean that you're going to win during the season. And, like, for example, like, Atletico Madrid, why did I pick them number 3 in La Liga? Because they spent a ton of money, and 5 players in Atletico Madrid are new to the starting 11. So
Fair enough.
Realize how long it takes for people to get used to each other and get that chemistry. Well, Liverpool, it's not that they have that many new players, but I guess I don't know. I had just like a hunch. I'm like, dude, this Liverpool spending too much money. It reminds me of Real Madrid Galacticos. I call them Galacticos 2.0 in the chat because the same thing happened. You had too many good players. Nobody knows who's doing what. And at the end of the day, like to me, it's better to have a good team, have a bunch of expensive.
I mean, this is very unusual from Liverpool as well. Liverpool is not a team that usually spend that much. So I was like, this is the first season they actually went into the summer transfer window and spent a lot of money. So this is the first time.
But to be fair,
they're going to be Arsenal last season. Liverpool this season will be Arsenal's last season. Look at how much money they spent for what? Nothing.
No, Arsenal didn't spend that much last season.
I think Liverpool's still winning the league. I think Liverpool's still winning the Premier League.
I think so too as well.
I think so as well.
Not the way they look. The way they look right now, somebody else will win it. I don't know. Chelsea.
What I see is Barca volume is 3 points from St. James's Park, which is one of the toughest stadiums in the Premier League. This is how I see it. This game is done. They collected the 3 points.
Matrix, to be fair, they were 10 men down. They were 10 men
down.
You
got to give context,
man. What does it tell you, though? But because context matters. Like,
what's the context, Warrior? Go ahead, brother.
The context is how pathetic and embarrassing they were the whole game because they were up 2-0 in this game. They had it was basically 11 on 10.
Yeah.
And you're gonna pull out a stick. You're gonna let them come back on you like that, and you won the game. So yeah, so round of applause. You can go ahead and tell mommy you had a good game.
No.
What I'm saying is pathetic.
Not only that. Before
I'm saying is champions.
1 second, Matrix. Go ahead, Warrior.
Before they even conceded the first goal, before Liverpool even scored the first goal, they've been getting cooked first half until they got a red card by Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
And they scored the Gravenberch outside of the box against the run of play. And then they decided to score another one. But the fact that Newcastle made a comeback after being 10 man, that's absolutely crazy. And that's been a case. If you guys look at the Bournemouth, they bottled a 2-0 lead. If you look at the Community Shield, the same thing happened.
I think this
warning signs at the very
Warrior,
least.
just to add on to what you just said, this just proves to me how much important McAllister and Gravenberch together is in that midfield. Bro, I don't think people. Alexis McAllister, what he does for that team, bro.
But didn't he play last game though?
Underrated.
Yeah, but Gravenberch didn't. I'm saying these two together, mate, are so important.
I agree with you. But McAllister did play last game, and they didn't look good.
Yeah, look, fair enough.
Gravenberch didn't play well.
Yeah, look, chat. Let us know what you guys are saying about that Liverpool game because it was super entertaining in that second half. But I mean, obviously, we're not here to talk about Liverpool, right? We're here to talk about what took place in La Liga over the weekend. So, look, I do want to start off with Barcelona, who, in my opinion, struggled in their win over Levante. Kevin, start us off, bro. Like, what are you saying? Levante 2, Barcelona 3.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely struggled in the beginning. That first goal wasn't pretty at all. You could tell our defense was really scrambled. Kubarsi wasn't in the right position, but you get dribbled past once, you leave the guy right in front of the goal. There was no saving that, and that penalty was questionable. It was controversial, but still, we can't put ourselves in that kind of position. I'm just glad that the team didn't let that affect their mentality. We were always in the game, even when it didn't look like it. We got the win. 3 points what mattered that day.
I mean, let's talk about the lineup, by the way. Rafinha starting as number 10 was very, very exciting. And the fact that Rashford also started on the left wing, the striker being Ferran Torres. This was very, very attack-minded lineup. And let's talk about the fact that Rafinha, in my opinion, he didn't work out in that position. For me, he's not a technical. He doesn't have the technicality to get inside those pockets, receive the ball, make the half turn. He doesn't have that. The guy was just roaming around, and Levante obviously scored from a counter attack, the high line. Kubarsi, to be honest, he got cooked there, man. He couldn't do nothing. Shout out to that striker, man. That was amazing skill. And the penalty, for me, again, no consistency from the referees in La Liga, man. The same thing happened against Real Madrid, Tchouaméni. The same referee. He checked the VAR and still decided, you know what, I'm going to have to blow the whistle. It's a penalty.
The audio exposed him, by the way. The audio, he got exposed by the audio. I don't know if you guys have heard it, because he said he called out the penalty because his arm was extended. That's literally what he said in Spanish. I speak Spanish. I know what he said. He said the arm extended. No, the arm's not extended. Guess whose arm was extended? Tchouaméni.
Tchouaméni, yes.
Why are we still crying about stuff from last season?
No, if it wasn't, okay, so I'll tell you this: if it wasn't the same referee, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yes,
but it's the same referee.
That's my point.
You just want some consistency.
Baba, Balde is out there playing water polo. Baba, what is that?
Bro, come on. Are you serious? What can Balde do? He does the right thing. He moves his arm out the way. Dude, listen, that's not a penalty. Never.
To be fair, I don't think that's a penalty.
Wasn't a pen. I have to
like I said it during my watch along. Like the handball rule is to me dumb. Like across all the leagues, there's no consistency, right? I feel like defenders are put in a very tough position because the ball was gonna hit his body anyways, whether his arm was right there or not. Or if he had his arm extended and then if it hit his arm, they'd have gave that as the penalty. So it's kind of like, what is he supposed to do, right? I don't think that was a pen.
That's why I always say the handball rule sucks. Listen, if it's a penalty because let's say like Balde tripped somebody, fair enough. I can't really argue that. But the handball, what is he supposed to do? He's the
I don't know, man.
Is he supposed to chainsaw his arm off, bro? It's part of the body. And actually, even if it's Real Madrid, these type of penalties, I hate these penalties, bro. Because like anybody who played football, brother, you can't do anything. It just hits you. And it's not like even it's extended, bro. So
and even if your arm's extended, sometimes, right? And my fault, Warrior, for jumping in. And you can go after me, brother. But like sometimes, bro, like if you're running, you need your arms to balance. Exactly. So it's like, do they expect people to just have their arms down and fucking be running up and down the pitch? Like you literally have to extend your arms to balance yourself.
But they want you to keep it behind when you're trying to block the ball. This is how
how are you gonna do that, bro? You're gonna run like that the whole game.
Ask them.
You cannot run like that, bro.
Go ahead,
but look, obviously Hans Flick made some changes. He subbed out Casado and he subbed out Rashford, which absolutely changed the game for Barcelona. I mean, let's talk about that Pedri golazo outside of the box. The guy is adding Valverde type of shot into his game, man. This is absolutely crazy.
In his dreams, bro.
And the second goal by Ferran Torres, absolutely amazing first time. The remontadas, the comebacks for Barcelona. This is getting normal, man.
We gotta mention Gavi, bro. Gavi was great off the bench. Gavi had a great game.
Absolutely.
He could have been man of the match, bro. He completely changed everything in that defense.
Look,
man of the match. What
I told people, man.
Will are you smoking,
you gotta get ready, man.
Bro, if Pedri doesn't score that banger, the man of the match would have been Gavi, bro.
Nah,
I saw a sequence. He jumped with both feet in one tackle, but I believe Gavi should have actually got a red card in that game, or at least they should have checked it in the VAR, Bro, there was a sequence. He jumped with both of his feet like that on the player.
Nah,
I gotta see that replay.
Obviously, like I said, Gavi's gonna have a redemption season, man, and I hope people keep the same energy, especially Will keep the same energy when the season ends.
No, well, you know what it is though. Gavi's actually played good, bro. The preseason he was our best player, bro. In the first two games, both off the bench, bro. He makes a good impact. Like I'm not even the biggest Gavi fan, but he's done good, bro. He's actually done good. But
I'm gonna have to give credit for that left back. To be honest, he had an amazing game against Lamine Yamal. To be honest, I think that's top 3 left back performances against Lamine Yamal. I think maybe even top 1,
especially first half.
This guy has absolutely locked up Lamine Yamal. But at the end of the day, Lamine Yamal still decided the game with that cross at the end of the game. But what the
now you know where it is. I have a lot of pros and cons of this game. I mean, the pros is that like the mentality of the team. Even listen, guys, we need to stop going down 2-0 down. It's not funny. It's always we give everybody.
Keep doing it. No, keep doing it.
I think you do it on purpose, Jonas.
Bro, every single game.
I feel like you guys do it on purpose now.
Bro, every single game. Listen, do you guys want a 2-0 lead and then Barca come back? Like the mentality of this team is good because I think in a Champions League tie that if you're down 2-0, right, you can come back. But the problem is that Listen, I don't like that. Like, why do we always?
You ain't facing Levante in Champions League.
Okay, but brother, we did it against Inter the first leg and the second leg. Of course, we messed up at the end. But my point is that we can score
what
goals.
happened at the end?
Brother, Matrix. We gave you guys a 2-0 lead, and you guys can hold on to it. No, I'm saying you let us.
You're talking about the Inter game. I'm telling you just what happened.
All right, fair enough.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Brother,
be mad at your team.
Matrix is elite at rage fitting, man.
Brother, Matrix, bro. You guys had a 2-0 lead and could have hold on. But let's move on. Basically, the Pedri goal was amazing. I thought, honestly, Lamine, like, I'm not trying to kill the kid, but I don't know, bro. I haven't seen him play back-to-back games, a bit subpar, right? I don't know what's happening. I don't know if he's goal hungry, but listen, let's see against Rayo, a bit open. Maybe he's going to turn up then. But ultimately, the 3 points is all that matters. And, yeah, I mean, we got it, man.
I mean, you know what it is? I think Pedri, that game, that goal that he scored, I think, like, that is like what rejuvenated Barca. Like all the momentum shifted after that goal. You know, man is doing his best Valverde impression. You know, I hear it. Like that was a very good strike. And I was like,
you know what they say though.
Once that Pedri goal went in,
yeah,
I fucking
Timu version of Valverde.
You know what they say, 2-0 lead.
Like in my heart, I was doing the hate along. And once he scored that, I knew the comeback was happening. You
got 2-0 lead.
You guys play FIFA, right?
I'll give you my thoughts real quick.
Hold on, wait, just 1 second. Do you guys know, like, when you play FIFA, how you can just tell when the computer is just fucking cheating?
Yeah.
Like, it's like they're getting, like, all the right passes. Like it's just scripted. I knew it. Once Pedri scored, I said, yeah, it's over, bro.
Nah, bro, you know the kickoff goals. Bro, hey, Will, it's like the kickoff goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop it, bro. Like, right from the jump.
Yeah, nah, bro. It's just.
But I have a question for Barca fans. Please, let me ask this question.
Sorry, go ahead, Matrix. Go ahead.
Yes. You know, like, are you guys actually worried though? Because next week you are facing Rayo, and I think if you play like that against Rayo, I think you're gonna be in big trouble. I think Rayo is a much better team.
We did it. Rayo last against as well.
Forget about last season, Mabada. This is a new season.
Rayo Vallecano
was telling us, stop talking about the past. Don't talk about the past. This is a new game against Rayo Vallecano away. That back line, what I saw against Levante, is suspect. And Levante could have scored easily 4 goals in this game.
No, you're right, to be honest. Rayo Vallecano at their home, they're very tricky side, to be honest. Barcelona doesn't have even that good of a record against them.
I would say that's the toughest game out of the first 3 games. Rayo away is the toughest one.
Bro, Rayo away is the toughest game in the league for us, bro. Like, look at the last 5 years, bro. Like, we've won, I think, 1 game out of the last 9 against Rayo, like, convincingly.
I can't even do a hate along that.
I don't think Rashford can start against Rayo.
Why not?
Against them.
Nah, I'm be busy, bro. That Sunday, I'm be busy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And imagine Rashford got 260,000 for that performance. Do you think he deserved those 260K?
He didn't. But you know what it is? You guys, can I just say this? You guys focus too much on Rashford, brother. Focus on Barcelona, bro. The guy.
But I'm asking you, 260K. You play one game a week in the beginning of the season.
Vinicius
He's getting 260 a week.
So by that same logic, Matrix, was Mbappé worth it at the beginning of the season, the first 4 games? How much money?
Right now, he deserves everything.
I don't care about right now, but by the same logic that you're talking about, it just doesn't make any sense. Can I say?
No, we had a shit season.
But Mbappé has credit in the bank. Like,
I'm just making
credit in the bank. Rashford has no credit in the bank.
I'm just making a point.
No, but you know what it is? The problem is that you guys focus on Rashford when he wasn't even the problem. Like, he really wasn't. I thought the first, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, he was, probably our best player. Like, he
Look.
No, the first 10 minutes, he was
5
good.
minutes.
He was actually good.
The opening 5 minutes, Rashford was good, and then just
bye-bye.
Avatar.
That's simply not true. That's simply not true.
All right, so go ahead, Volume. All
right, so look. Okay, I'm gonna put this maybe 90% on Flick, and I'm the biggest Flick. I love Flick. I say in Flick we trust. I always trust Flick. But
Flick we trust. Interesting.
In the first half, it reminded me of the Osasuna game where we bench 5 players so we can play at the Champions League the following I think it was 3 days after that. and we battled that game. So in the first half, I thought we were going to battle that game because it was 0-2. And quite frankly, Levante looked a lot better than Barcelona in that game because Barcelona didn't know what to do, didn't even know how to do it. We were too passive. Everyone was standing around. I don't know what language you guys watch, but I watch in Spanish. And everyone in Spanish was like, Marios is his name. He used to be a legend of Argentina, right? He's like, well, Barcelona players, they're just standing around. They're not moving around. Look at how static they are. We were not moving at all. So one thing I do want to give credit is Levante. I think they had a lot of things to do in this game. I think they had a perfect game. I think they muddy up the game. The grass was extremely wet, was extremely slippery. And when you talk about the grass, right, that favors defense rather than offense because offense you can't really tweak. I saw Lamine Yamal struggling a ton in this game. And one of those reasons, I think it was, in part, it was the grass. In part, it was the defense that they set up on Lamine Yamal was probably the best I've ever seen, ever. And you know what? To those who want to say that Lamine didn't have a good game, I'm sorry. I have to get a new TV because that's exactly what Lamine Yamal did in the last 30 minutes of that game. Go watch the game again. I watched the game yesterday. I pulled out a Dali. I'm like, I'm going to go watch the game again. So I watched the game again. And if you want to go tell me, go watch the last 30 minutes of that game. Or Lamine Yamal was a freaking force, man. He was a freaking beast, asking for the ball, trying to make something happen, which is exactly what you need when you're really struggling, when you can't really get things going. And you can sit here and say that Lamine Yamal didn't have a good game. At the end of the day, he had a goal and he had an assist. And not only that, but that didn't have a goal, okay? But that was his cross that was converted into a goal. To me, I mean, that's really all you need to do. It was an extremely dangerous cross that he did at the end of that game. And, you know, that defender, you know, headers that ball, and then it goes in, right?
Wait, so did you really blame the grass? Did you really blame the grass?
No, I said they did a good job. I said they did a good job of muddying up the game. That's all I said. I didn't say that. Okay, I blame the coach, Matrix. Did you have ears? I blame the coach.
Barbara, you just blamed the grass, Barbara. You're telling me it's wet.
I said they're muddy up the game. I said they're muddy up the game. Didn't say it was because of the grass.
No, but you know where it is, bro. Hansi Flick is volume's right though. Volume's right because Flick was probably the biggest reason for why the game was tough. Like starting Rafinha at the 10 against a low block, brother. Start Dani Olmo. Like honestly, if you knew that,
wait, I wasn't finished yet because Will wanted to say something. So what's up, Will?
No, so I was saying, wasn't Yamal at fault for that first goal? It was him that lost it.
Okay,
right?
Being dispossessed doesn't mean the goal is your fault. You dispossessed in the middle of the field doesn't mean the defender can't make a play. There was a midfielder, the defense
being that led to that first goal. I don't think that Yamal was bad, but I don't think that he's at the level that game.
He did exactly what he needed to do for Barca, given everything that was going on. We had a penalty that was not a pen, so we had to climb all the way back from down 0-2, and then it was Pedri Gonzalez who gets things started, of course. But what I want to say, though, in the second half, what happened? You know, Casado goes out, Gavi comes in. Gavi is the best player since the preseason. That is a fact. I don't care who wants to sit here and say that he's a bum. I don't care who wants to sit here and say that he's not a good player. Gavi has really put a notice on the table. He's one of the best players, and it was light years different when he played right together with Pedri Gonzalez. It was night and day. And as soon as Olmo came in the first, so that goes to show you that Flick, why are we experimenting? If you want to experiment in the game, why are we not doing it when we're up 2-0, when we're up 3-0? But we did it in the first game against Levante side, who to Matrix credit, he said it on the other show. He said they're going to be extremely motivated. They're going to the season has just started. They know they lost the first game, but it's just one game. And hey, we got it going. They have the momentum, right? Because the season just started. It's their season opener. So they're going to give us all they got. And to their credit, they did. So why is Hansi Flick experimenting with Rashford as a left wing, which is in natural?
All right, hold up. Volume. You said the grass was slippery. You said the grass was wet. I went back and listened to it. You can't keep saying that bullshit, Daddy. Man. Come on, dude.
Daddy.
Okay.
I gotta hold you accountable for that one, dude.
Okay.
The grass was the problem, my friends.
Okay, so
I mean, he's not lying though. To be honest, it was.
But listen. Yeah, I mean, listen.
But
Yeah,
both teams play on the same pitch, Warrior.
bro. I'm gonna be very honest, man. I'm not gonna do the whole grasses thing, to be honest, today. But I'm gonna say this now. I was one of the people who thought this was gonna be an easy game. And here's the thing, right? I'm gonna be very honest. There's a lot of people that are gonna say, why did Flick change the team? This and this and this. Look, respectfully, I don't blame Flick for taking risk. It was against Levante. He thought, okay, a team like this, on paper, we are better than. We can rotate the team, and on paper, we can still beat them when we rotate the team. So I understood why Flick decided, you know what? I want to see, let me try this. Let me see if Rafinha can play in the 10, and I can have both Rashford, Rafinha, and Yamal in the 11. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. And credit to Flick. Flick noticed it very quickly. He understood, he reacted very quickly, and then second half made the changes, put Rashford back put him on the bench, put Rafinha back to his natural left position, put Omo in the 10, take off Casado and bring on Gavi, right? He did the job, and then it worked out in the second half, right? So I will say this now, and this is also another thing I need to say, right? Listen, I get what you mean, Will, when it comes to Yamal, but here's the thing with Yamal, this is the difference, right? When I was watching the game, I wasn't seeing Rashford, respectfully, trying to take opportunities and shoot. He was trying to dribble and trying to put the ball into the box rather than taking risk. At least Yamal, when they were playing a low block, was trying to shoot the ball from outside the box, anything. He was trying. That's one thing at least he was doing, and I can give him credit for, right? Yes, he ended up losing the ball. But listen, man, at the end of the day,
playing bad, he still had an assist, and he basically scored the last goal, which is not credit to him, but he was the one who provoked the goal. So
that's all true volume facts, right? But here's the thing: I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Yamal loses the ball again," and Yamal is gonna lose the ball. We concede, fine, bro. Someone has to lose the ball sometimes for you to for the opponent team to score. It is what it is, right? But this is the thing: at the end of the day, Yamal paid for it because in the second half he got a goal and assist. He brought the game back. It is what it is. But look, credit to Levante. Let me be clear here, right? I underestimated them. I should have known because I know I said it in my match preview. Record states that we don't really play well in that stadium. Talk about the grass all you want. Listen, you can't tell me every time we play them the grass is wet. Every single time we play them. When we went 3-2 against them the last time, or the 3-3, or the 4-5-4, or the 3-1. I'm sorry, we struggle in this stadium. History has shown we've always struggled in this stadium. But one thing I will say is this: as I don't want to be. I wasn't happy about the performance, but I was happy about the comeback, at least. Yeah. You understand what I mean, right? Because here's the thing: sometimes you're not going to always have a 10 out of 10 game, and that game was not a 10 out of 10.
So did I blame the grass? Did I blame?
No. I didn't say you were. I know there were some people that were.
I'm asking Dali because I was.
Mabara, the proof is there.
I was into my analysis, and I was interrupted. So. Did I blame the grass?
I just wasn't going to be gaslit that you said you didn't blame the grass.
But this is the thing.
I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared. But when we called you out on it, you're like, I didn't say that. I was like, I have to listen. You did say it.
Okay, so let me just finish. This is the last thing I'm going to say before I let someone else speak, because I don't want to speak.
This
is the last. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Right?
It's recorded, so you can go take a look. But.
Yeah. Final thing I'm going to say is this. Right?
We sent later.
It wasn't. I have to give credit to a lot of the players, but I have to call out certain things, right? I'm sorry. We have to call this out. Man like Kobashi for that first goal. How do you get skinned that easily, bro? That was way too easy. And here's the thing with Kobashi, bro. I'm sorry. I have to call this out. I don't care which Barca fans get offended.
Yeah, better than Huijsen, they said. Better than Huijsen, they said.
Bro, no,
let him finish.
Hold on, the glasses came off, chat.
Yeah, because I'm actually serious now. Because now I'm actually I've had enough, man. I have to call this out. Bro, Kobashi plays like an 18-year-old defender. Yes, he has potential. Yeah. Can he be world class one day? Yes, he can be. Right? Does he have the potential? Absolutely. Even the rivals can see that he has the potential. Yes, he does. Yeah. However, this is the thing here. Just because you have the potential doesn't mean that every single time we have to ignore the fact that he is playing like his age. I'm sorry, bro. He makes a lot of mistakes. His tackles sometimes, he mistimes his tackles most of the time. And these are things I know he will improve on as time goes on. But the fact of the matter is, right now, he is not ready, bro. I'm sorry.
Can I say this?
Yeah, but
when it comes to It's regarding Kubarsi, by the way. In terms of defending the box, and I saw this on Twitter, by the way, he puts his arms behind his back, which makes the attacker, it gives the attacker the edge to dribble past him way easy. And he did that against Inter as well. If you remember that Fratesi goal.
Exactly. This is my point. And this is also, remember where the game against Benfica. I'm sorry, man. That tackle was ridiculous. And this is the thing, man. A lot of Barca fans always turn a blind eye to these things. Listen, no one's saying that he's a terrible defender, but bro, I mean this, right? Because I'm not even being overly critical saying, oh, he's a bum, this and this and this. I understand, bro. He's a kid. He's playing like his age. And
do you think he's getting screwed with the transition that Barcelona's playing in? Because that's what I said with Matrix.
I think the thing is, Dali, he works so well. He's a smart defender. This is what I'll give him. He's an extremely smart defender. He understands. He adapted very quickly to what Flick wanted from him. Yeah. You understand what I mean, right? And that's one thing I'll give him, right? He understands what Flick wants from him, and that's why Flick plays him all the time. But this is why I've always insisted that we need to bring Christensen back into this team, because Christensen is that ball IQ. He's got that ball IQ as a defender. He can adapt very quickly, but we're not playing him enough, right? And we need to pressure, and we need to, and this is the thing, we cannot keep pressuring. We can't keep making this Kobashi thing work, trying to force it until he's finally learned his mistakes out. He's gonna learn it out.
Omar, can I be real? Omar, can I be real? Can I be real? I think you guys miss Ingo big time. I think you guys miss him big time.
Same. Like, I want to make a point that Omar said. Like, Omar,
were we not down 0-2? Were we not down 0-2 with Inigo Martinez?
Yeah, no, but that's not. Miguel, that's not the point. I think this season,
Kobashi was benefiting from Inigo.
No, hold on. Let's not do this into a shouting thing. My point is, Miguel, I think this season the defense, will be a lot more difficult for you guys to handle now with Ingo not there.
I think we're just as bad as last year.
And can I get
worse? Go ahead, Jonas. Go ahead.
Worse.
So basically, with the Cabarca thing, I agree with Omar. Right? Too many Barca fans, they legit just turn a blind eye when Cabarca makes an error. Like I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't care how Barca fans feel, brother. Imagine that was Araujo who got skinned like that, brother. You would have seen dogs abuse. You would have seen hashtag Araujo out trending.
He is getting criticized, Jonas. He's getting criticized. She was
not enough, volume. Let's be objective here. But volume, let's be objective here, brother. Let's be objective here. Because how many people were calling him out like they would have called out Araujo? Because if that was Araujo, bro, he would have been flamed, bro. He was getting
slaughtered on X. I watched. He was getting slaughtered on X. He was getting
love seeing Barca fans
news outlet and every single people.
The reason,
popped up on my For You page all day long, buddy. All day long.
Let me say this though: the reason that Kobashi is not getting cooked, the same reason that Araujo is getting cooked, is because, let's be honest, the two mistakes that Araujo made was way bigger than whatever Kobashi has done so far.
He's supposed to be like the old head, the elder statesman. Yeah. He's supposed to have the IQ.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, these little mistakes can actually be even cost us even more than whatever Araujo did. But the thing is, let me say this. He gets away with way too much.
Yeah, because of his age. Come on, Warrior. It's this age, bro. People always choose to. I'm being honest, Will. It's the truth. I feel like people always say, but Omar, he's still young. He's gonna learn. Yes, he will.
Omar,
he will. Yes,
but I think it's primarily because he's from your academy, not just the age.
Yeah. But don't get it twisted. That's a part of it. That's a part of it. Let's be honest. It's a part of it. We can't pretend like it isn't.
I called out the red card at the UEFA Champions League as well. I called it out. I said that's ridiculous. That's a stupid play. There's no IQ. I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean,
the red card against Benfica.
He's not going to get as much as Araujo, but he still gets criticism. He gets criticized all the time.
Volume. Let me just say this. The thing is that when I'm saying we're turning a blind eye to and we let him go too easy, listen, I like Cabarca. I see the potential. His ball playing under Xavi. Brother, is it a coincidence? I think it's the high line, by the way, because Cabarca, Araujo, Christensen, all of them were studs under Xavi, and Hansi Flick's better than Xavi, but he didn't play this extreme high line. All of these guys were amazing. We saw peak Araujo, peak Christensen, peak Cabarca, but the point I want to make is that Cabarca, it's not just the small games, it's the big games too that he's made these mistakes, and I don't hate this kid against Inter. That penalty that we conceded, was a bad play. The red card against Benfica, if Szczesny doesn't have a legacy game, we're out the Champions League against Benfica. You know how embarrassing that would have been if we lost 3-0 that day? And we only let it go because obviously Szczesny.
We have seen it before, though. We have seen it before, though, in the Champions League.
All right, listen, Matrix. Just listen.
Worse than 3-0.
Look, man. The only thing I'm gonna say is, bro, our best defensive partnership is still there. Christensen and Kobashi, it's worked in the past. We can't pretend like
Flick doesn't want to do it. This is why.
I'm gonna call him out, and that's why I'm gonna call out because I'm like, bro, it's not like one of them is sold. Both of them are still there, Miguel. Both of them are still there. Why is it that he doesn't want to try
partnership? Omar, have you even seen that partnership? I don't even remember Kobashi and Christensen.
Yeah.
No, wait, so guys, real quick, before we move on, I just have a quick question. Did you think that it was a penalty with the Lewandowski situation? Because I saw some Barca fans saying that it should have been a pen, but how I saw it was Lewandowski fouled the defender.
So apparently what I heard was, because I was listening to it on mute because I don't turn on because I don't want to get copyrighted. I watch alongs. But I thought apparently I thought it was a pen, right? But then I heard apparently the whistle was blown. So
no, it wasn't.
I mean, I don't know.
Lewandowski fouled the defender before this even happened.
Big up Warrior.
I don't even think.
Big up Warrior.
Yeah, guys, if I'm being 100% honest, right, brother, like it was a bit of a
continue though. That's my problem. The play continued. Yeah. The ref didn't call the foul. The only reason why that play was not a penalty kick is because the ref decided not to call it a penalty kick, not because Lewandowski fouled somebody, because that play continued on. The play continued on. That's the real issue here.
You know what should have happened actually? So the play should have continued on. The ref should have called a penalty, and then the VAR should have came back.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I'm be honest. I don't care if I'm a Barca fan. That's not a pen. Let's be honest.
We were never gonna get a call from Hernandez this whole fucking game, dude. That's just a fact.
All right, fair enough.
All right, then you've also got resting. Big up
about this Levante Barca match again.
Barca match, yes.
Yo, guys. Vibe that they could not maintain, bro.
Yo, Will,
they just let us down, bro. They capitulated, but now look, fair enough. Again, it's like
Mark,
I said,
a fight back of champions, man.
I can't prove it. I can't prove it. But I just have a suspicion that Barca do this on purpose. Because there's just no fucking way.
Really? They're just doing it for the content, for the content here.
It's always that scoreline, bro.
They're trying to trigger man like Will, man. Will was having a good weekend. His weekend was starting so well.
But look, that's okay. Look, guys, let's move on. Let's talk about the best team in Spain, right?
I thought we just did, man. We just did.
For like 40 minutes, bro.
Are you talking about
Villarreal?
I think Barca fans, you had your time.
Madrid, okay?
We're talking about Villarreal? Yeah, they won 5-0.
Yeah, congratulations, man. What a performance, man.
Keeping a clean sheet this weekend is not for everyone, right? You know what I'm saying? Some teams just conceded
against the newly promoted Oviedo, bro.
Yeah, you played against a newly promoted.
Brother, you literally played against the newly promoted side yourself. What are you doing here, Kevin?
Winning a domestic treble is not for everyone.
Yeah, winning UCL back-to-back is not for anyone as well. So what we do?
Winning a domestic treble is not for everyone.
Here we go.
Winning a three-peat UCL.
Legura came out from Segunda too.
Absolute chaos, bro.
Hold on, guys. 1 second.
Oh, this show, man. This show is you.
Bro, struggling against a newly relegated team. I mean, newly promoted team is crazy.
Struggling.
You guys should, bro.
Are you? Wait. No. Let me just say now. Let me just say. Hold on. Let me go.
Invading only turned up when that team ran out of gas. That's it.
Kevin, I have a question for you.
Kevin, how can you say that?
You won 3-0. You won 3-2.
Oviedo hit the woodwork on the 80th minute. What are you talking
about?
Levante scored 2 goals on you.
That was lucky if you didn't concede there.
You need the
extremely lucky. You were extremely lucky to concede on the 80th minute. You realize that.
You are stressed. All of you are stressed.
Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Will, let me just go quickly. Look. Let's call a spade a spade. You can sit there and say all you want. It was lucky that ball didn't go in from that post that they when they make that shot. Cool, I agree. But guess what? We created. Yeah, Franco should have had a pen. That's number one. That was a pen all day.
No, that's not penalty.
Yeah. No. That is a pen. I don't give a toss what anyone tells me.
What about Dean?
Oh, that was a pen as well. I agree. But not only that.
Talk about the push, man.
But not only that. Carvajal this close to scoring in the opening 3 minutes from that deflected shot by Rodrigo. Yeah, that's already two. That's already 2 chances as well. Yeah, 2 chances, mate. Oviedo barely created anything against us. We pretty much locked them out, mate. Yeah, that was not struggling, mate. Sorry, not struggling.
I need to speak, Sam. I need to speak. Wait. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Wait. First of all, I love seeing Barca fans stressed. You guys saw it 5 minutes ago. Be quiet.
How the hell are we stressed, bro? Excuse me, who's stressed?
Be quiet.
Excuse me, bro. How are we stressed? I don't understand. Bro, what Barca fans are you talking about being stressed, bro? Because I don't see any stressed Barca fans in this panel, bro.
Hallucinating, bro.
Well, you're stressed. You just spoke, mate. You're stressed.
Can I make my point? Can I make my point?
Ahead, Matrix.
Mabada, stop being rattled. Barca fans, stop being rattled. Let me speak.
Bro, we are not rattled.
Mabada, I heard you guys speak for the last 20 minutes. You guys are stressed. While you guys are stressing,
Matrix, I love you, bro.
Let me just make my point. Just give me 1 minute. Mabada, don't interrupt. Give me 1 minute.
Go ahead.
While Barca fans were stressing.
Are we talking about Madrid or are we talking about Barca, bro? Can we talk about Madrid's game?
5 minutes, let me speak. Mabada, mute this guy. He doesn't know how to just let other people speak too. Be quiet 2 minutes.
This is how stressed I am, mate.
Barca volume. The grass was the problem, Mabada. The grass was the problem. Have a sip of that drink. So for now, have a sip. Have another sip, Mabada. Let me speak.
All right.
Come on, Matrix. Come on,
Everybody,
make my point.
Let Matrix go. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
While Barca fans were stressing until the last minute. Until the last minute of the game, when they got their winner and they thought that they were about to drop 2 points here, I was chilling in my couch watching the game comfortably, my brother, with a cup of tea, no stress in the world. Real Oviedo didn't offer anything to Real Madrid. We shut them down the whole game, 70% possession. My brother, we played them off the park. I know all the Barca fans are shocked to see Vini being dropped. Actually, our manager using his brain and doing one thing that nobody thought that he's gonna do: drop Vini on the bench, playing Rodrigo in his natural position. We played amazing football. 2 games played, 4 goals scored, 0 goals conceded. Barca fans can say whatever they want.
2 games, bro.
I told all the panel last week, or not even last week, in Friday, all the panel, these Barca fans, they were telling me 3-0, 4-0 against Levante. I told this man, Levante away is going to be difficult. Nobody wants to listen to me. Rayo Vallecano next week is going to be even more difficult than Levante. If you play against Rayo,
are we talking, bro? I thought we moved on from the Barca section, Will. How are we still talking about Barca in the Madrid section, bro?
I mean, he could bring up whatever he wants.
I thought this was the Real Madrid section, bro.
Dally, what are you saying about against Oviedo? Brother, go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, going into the game, I was really worried about the grass. First of all, that was the biggest concern for me. But no, realistically, we did create a lot of chances. I think the biggest thing was Xabi Alonso in the starting 11. Seeing Vinny get dropped, seeing Franco get a start at 18 years old, 10 days, seeing Carvajal over Trent. I think that's a big one too. That was not something I actually expected. We did create a lot of chances in the beginning. I thought Rodrigo looked a lot better than what Vinny did in the first game. He was a little more aggressive too. I think that's the big thing that I was looking for. I want to see them being aggressive, creating opportunities too. We were doing that in this one. We can still be a lot better, I think. I think Tchouaméni did fantastic. I think that's a clear. He touches the ball first, too.
Anyone who says that's a free kick, go and watch another sport. I'm being real right now. I'm being serious.
Yeah, he touches the ball first, and it is a little reckless at times, but when you're such an elite DM like he is, that sometimes a reckless play like that can lead to a goal. Fantastic turn by Kylian Mbappé. Last 6 games in La Liga, he's got 12 goals. The guy's on fire. And yeah, in my opinion, best player in the world right now, Kylian Mbappé. I was a little suspect. I thought Dean Huijsen, I do think that is a pen on Dean, but I also think that's also a pen on Franco too in this game. So they wipe each other off, but It is what it is. I mean, we get.
Are you talking about the time when Dean pushed him?
Yeah, I think that's a pen, personally.
And do you know what?
Do you really think that?
Will,
you don't think that's a pen?
Will, can I just?
Bro, what is this, guys? Is this football or is this like, you know what I'm saying, like COVID-19, like?
Eunice, if that was Lamine Yamal getting pulled down like that, you would be the first one on his screen.
No, he was saying the Dean one. He was saying the Dean one.
Chats from Barca Volume, we would have half of Twitter in there, my brother. Half of Twitter and TikTok. All the social media news outlet, whatever you want, my brother.
To be fair, can
I just finish my last point, Sam?
Sorry. Go on, bro.
That's all good. My last point. I was just gonna say, Vinny. The thing I wanted to see Vinny coming off the bench too, because maybe it'll kind of light a fire under his ass to be like, this left wing is not guaranteed to you. And he came out against tired legs, against an open Oviedo, and delivered exactly what he needs to be doing. He looked more aggressive than the Osasuna game. He gets the goal, gets the assist too. And I'm encouraged moving forward. He just needs to continue to bring that tenacity moving forward for him to be successful. I mean, we all know there's a hell of a player in there too. It's just, can he deliver at a consistent basis? That's the thing we need to see. So,
but do you know what, Will? Can I tell you something, mate? You see, this whole thing. Do you know what I think he's gonna do? Alonso, long run. Will, are you there, or is your mic muted?
Nah, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were mute.
Nah, I'm good.
At first. Bro, do you know what I think he's going to do? I think he's going to keep this formation, until Bellingham is back. When he's back, I think he's going to drop one of the three. He's going to bring back the three at the back formation, and I think he's going to run with that. Because let's be honest, Will, he's not dropping Fede, and Fede shouldn't even be dropped. Yeah? He's not going to drop Chouameni. He's not going to drop Arda Güler. Yeah?
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen, he'll take one of the four.
Will get sacrificed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Will, I'm going to say this to you, brother. I'm going to be real, mate. I think Arda Güler is playing on the wrong side of the midfield. I think he needs to play on the right side, so he can use his left foot more. I'm being real.
The only thing against that is if you have Trent out there and Arda out there too,
but Trent
and Franco.
Playing. Yeah,
I know, but listen what I'm saying. If you have those three, that's super weak.
That is a different conversation. But again, if Trent is playing, don't put him there. But if Carvajal is playing, play Arda Güler there. But again, I'm saying he's only gonna do this until Bellingham is back. When Bellingham is back, you won't see that formation. That formation is gonna get changed.
Yeah, see, but this is a good thing because it's showing that Xabi's.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and the thing is, when I first saw the 11. I was surprised that Vinny was not out there. I didn't think it was going to be this game that he gets dropped. But I don't think that this is an indicator of what's to come, to be honest. I feel like Xabi looked at it like, yo, we're going against Oviedo. This is a good time to give Rodrigo a start on the left. It's a good time to bring Danny Carvajal back for some fitness, right? Rudiger, nobody's talking about how he just got straight back into the 11 as well. I don't really think this is a precedent of in terms of like Vinny's time.
Would you start Rodrigo against Mallorca? Because I would
against Mallorca.
I would actually.
You talk about Rodrigo.
Yeah, I would start him against Mallorca.
Okay, so
I'll give him minutes
because I think that for me, I see Mallorca as a team that's going to try and do something. I don't think they're going to just sit back, right?
No, I think the opposite.
Bernabeu, I think they would.
No, that's the opposite. I think they're just going to sit back at the Bernabeu. I don't think they're going to try and play football because if they do, they're going to have space.
I don't think that they're going to try and play football, but I don't see them being like Osasuna, for example. Like, look at Oviedo. They were also in a back five, but they pressed us and they tried to do stuff in attack. Like, they didn't just sit back and just wait for us to just pass the ball around.
Because they played at home, Carnage. Because they played at home. If they played at Bernabeu, you would never see that. But I have to say, wait a second, Omar. I'm gonna let you go. I have so much respect for Xabi Alonso. I'm gonna tell you, before this game, I didn't trust the guy at all because he was talking a lot of shit in the media and in the press conferences and doing the opposite on the pitch. But what showed me against Real Oviedo is that I think this is the first time I have seen in the history of Real Madrid that a manager actually make this type of decisions. I think any other manager in the Real Madrid history would have once as well. Zizou. Maybe Zidane, but Zidane is just a different category, different man. But I think just showing to the fans that anybody can get dropped. Vini is the marquee player. You didn't have a good performance. You're on the bench. Trent, you didn't have a good performance against Osasuna. You're on the bench. This is what we want. We want high competition in the team. You have to be on your toes. If you ain't performing, there is a man ready to take your place immediately, my brother. So you better perform. And I think Vini was sitting on the bench watching that game. I was like, my brother, Rodrigo is performing. If I come in and don't do anything, best believe next game I'm going to start on the bench again. So he came on with a chip on his shoulder and a point to prove. And Real Oviedo fans, you're a bunch of fucking dirtbags, yeah? We helped your club with over 100,000 euros. We saved you from bankruptcy. And you
I'll talk about it. Don't worry about it.
And you racially abuse our player. The guy hasn't even played against you. But what that tells me is that you fear him. When you fear another player, that's the player that gets the most boos. Because you fear him, you want to take him out of the game. He smashed you. 30 minutes, he laughed at your face. Real Oviedo, I hope you get relegated just because they're racially abusing Vini. Back to Segunda.
They'll get relegated. They're going to get relegated. They'll get relegated.
But all the teams can't be relegated, Matrix, because he does it to every single team.
I mean, but can I? Okay, so I just want to let me just hold on.
He calls every single team back to Segunda.
No, like only like the bro teams, though.
Mabada,
like,
if you racially abuse a player, Mabada, we are in 2025
all the time. Are we talking about? I feel like people. I never heard anyone said anything about Lamine Yamal getting racially abused at the Clásico.
Real Madrid literally banned that fan from
stadium. Vini has been
no, I think they did.
Wait a minute,
3 years straight, bro. Every stadium is getting.
But volume, Vinicius. I swear he even came
out.
Whoa,
chat, relax, okay?
Relax, what?
No, I mean there's a chat. There's something I saw in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just like time him out or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but
he's not justifying racism, guys. Stop. He's not. Come on,
don't do that, guys.
People.
Seriously.
Yeah, come on. Volume's a good man. Come on, stop.
Volume is a good man. Much love to Barca Volume. All love to Barca.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Stop.
Racism now.
Yeah. You guys, relax. Man. There's some things I'm not gonna allow, guys.
When you all got
don't do that.
Abused
at
the Bernabeu in the first game last season. I swear the club and I think Vinicius himself condemned the people that did it openly on social media for Yamal. So I mean, you know,
no, I'm credit to him. And here's the thing, credit to him. Let me be clear. Let me be clear, Will. Right? You know, when you're watching the game live, you don't get to see exactly the full story of why some things are happening. Right? When you see, when I saw Vinny after the second goal do this, I thought he was pointing at the referee. I thought he was still annoyed because let's be clear, he was annoyed that he dived and he got a yellow card for it. Right? So I was like, oh, he's still annoyed because of that. Right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, why is he still getting angry even after they scored? And then after at full time, he was still complaining to the referee. When the game was over, apparently the referee was telling Vinny, yo, don't go in front of the fans celebrating. Like, it's like, well, first of all, we gotta keep it 100, right? Well, you're telling me that white players, when they score or they assist, they don't go celebrate in front of the fans. So why is it different now if Vinicius is celebrating in front of those fans, bro? I get it. Vinicius is not a liked person. I don't like Vinicius. Vinicius is a guy that's easy to hate. Let's be clear here, right? He's annoying. He's all of this. But here's the thing, bro. I said it before. There's no justification. That's the thing. Exactly, bro. I don't care. You can.
Well, I agree with that, but is Yamal a liked player too? Is he a liked player?
No, this is
I don't support any race.
Neither do I.
Exactly. So this is what This is why I want to get to, right? Listen, fans don't have to like Vinny. Hold on.
All being Spanish also helps him as well.
But this is the thing, Will. Well, yeah, exactly. This is the thing, Will, right? When it comes to this situation, this is what I think, right? When fans don't like a player, there's some players that are just naturally disliked. Some people take it too far. And this is where I'm going to call it out. I'm going to like, bro, you don't have to like the player. You can boo him. You can say whatever you want. That's fine, bro. But the moment you start using the race card, I don't care if you're a Barca fan, whoever you support, bro, or whichever club you play for, bro. I don't justify racism. Do you understand what I mean, right? And those Oviedo, and this is the thing, bro. I'm not even going to blame Oviedo anymore, bro. This is the league's fault. Because this shit has been happening for way too long. Way too long. This is way before, bro. This was happening when Alves was at my club, getting racially abused at Villarreal, getting thrown bananas and eating in front of these fans, bro.
It was happening back when Eto was a Barca.
Eto, bro, walking out of the pitch.
Remember that?
Walking out of the pitch against Zaragoza, bro. I remember watching that game live. Okay, bro. This shit has been happening since my childhood, and nothing has changed. You understand what I mean, right? So we're gonna call it out. right?
Anyway,
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and those and people, everyone that's involved, including the referee, for daring to go to Vinicius and actually point the finger at Vinicius, like, bro, what the hell? Well, how about you tell those fans to not to chill?
I mean,
you don't have to like it.
So real quick, I do want to go to volume just in case there was any confusion by people in the chat, bro. Okay, so like I think they're a bit confused on like what point you were trying to make by bringing up like Yamal, for example.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so just
I mean, like I understand.
Like, what you mean.
I've always called out the racism in La Liga, and I've always said like I don't support that. But I know, like, a lot of times, Vinny lets the fans get to him all the time because they call them beach ball, right? Balón de playa from the Balón d'Or. And a lot of times it's that. It's not always just racism. Sometimes it's I've seen pictures at the Oviedo game with players with a beach ball. And a lot of times, you know, they're screaming at him and telling him these things, which is I don't condone it. If I offended anyone in the chat, I apologize. But honestly, what I'm saying is there's racism all over the place in La Liga. It's not just Vinicius. Vinicius is the one who's always fighting for it, and I know I give him credit for that. That's fine. But what I'm saying is it's not only happening to him. That is what I'm saying. And I'm not seeing a lot of retaliation from one of the other players. And Lamine Yamal, this is why I brought up Lamine Yamal, because I said, you know what? Lamine Yamal also gets racist calls against him. But you know what? He doesn't pay attention to it. He doesn't care. He doesn't do anything. He plays the game, which is fine. You know, I'm not asking Vinicius to do the same thing. But what I'm saying is all the racism is not against Vinicius. It's against all the black players. And I think that's something that La Liga has to do about it. And I think
this is why I'm calling out La Liga.
Do you know what happened to the fans? Do you know what happened to the fans?
Yeah, but okay, so because I talked about it. I didn't even mention, we didn't talk about the game, and I was annoyed by that because I actually had something to say.
Yeah. Hold on. Just 1 second. Yeah, because I do want to move. All right, go ahead, Matrix. Last point. I
just have a question, bro. What do you know what happened to the fans that were racially abusing Yamal, by the way, volume?
Weren't they banned?
They are banned for life from Santiago Bernabeu.
There you go. So that's how you handle it. That's how you handle it.
I think the league should do the same. If you can prove that a team the fans has been racially abusing a player, but ban the fans from the game. Let this team play without fans for, I would say, 10 games straight.
Yes.
And then no motherfucker would open their mouth ever again in their life. Trust me.
Facts.
Lifetime ban.
I feel like the best way to end the racism stuff is if it's proven that a majority of your crowd were racially abusing the other team.
Ban, empty the stadium.
No ban. No, none of that. Just you lose the game now.
Forfeit. Forfeit. You know what? That's not a bad
idea. It happens in every game.
No.
But guess what? But that's the thing, volume. Nobody wants to keep dropping 3 points, bro.
Yeah.
Guess what, bro? Nobody wants to keep dropping 3 points, bro. Eventually, you're gonna have to shut up.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is, if you're proven that your crowd was racially abusing and they didn't stop after a warning or whatever, if you won that game, now it's reversed. You've now lost. And I think because banning fans, it doesn't really do much. Like we've seen it all across Europe of bans and stuff. But if you take away points, that's very different. But I do want to move on from the racismo conversation.
But are we still staying on the Madrid?
Yes,
or we moving?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just talk about the Madrid,
guys. Okay. About the best DM in the world, man, like Tchouaméni.
Okay.
My favorite player. My favorite player, Madrid. My favorite Real Madrid player.
Okay. Well.
People telling me this guy
is good, but he's not the best DM in the world. Let's not get ahead.
Then who is?
Well, first of all,
then who is?
Let's not get ahead of us.
Casado is the best DM in the world. Casado.
My boy Casado.
It is amazing. Since the Club World Cup, Tchouaméni has been arguably our best player. Like
Rodri is not better than him right now. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's finished. Rodri is finished.
Why would I want Rodri when I got Tchouaméni? Go ahead.
Okay. So you know me well. I'm one of Tchouaméni's biggest critics. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've overrated him. Listen, I was one of those guys that was like, bro, I don't see what this guy brings that the other players don't bring. I'm one of the people that said it, but I'll say this now. First of all, before I talk about Tchouaméni, I'm gonna talk about the game very quickly. Okay.
No.
First,
talk about Tchouaméni.
No, bro. Listen, I'll talk about Tchouaméni.
Bro, we're trying to move the conversation forward, Omar.
No, but this is the thing, bro. Because here's the thing, bro. I want to give, because you know why? Because I want to do something
that people
talk
about the game. Then you're gonna want to talk about Chouameni.
No, I don't want to talk. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the game. I'm just going to talk about just this one thing, bro.
Yeah.
Because people always say, Omar, you don't give credit where credit is due. So I'm just going to just quickly just do this and move on. Okay, guys?
Mm.
I am going to do something. I'm going to give credit to Alonso. I hear me, guys? I'm going to give credit to Alonso because let me tell you why. I was watching this season. I was like, listen, man, Alonso is a new manager. I want to see what he can do in the first 5 games. I want to see his tactics, how he sets up the team, how he's doing all of that. And the changes that he made in that game against Oviedo, I got to hand it to him. He reacted. He reacted to what he saw in the game against Osasuna. He knew that Vinny didn't perform well. Vinny got punished. Bench. Hold bench and think about why you're on the bench. Trent, you didn't play well against Osasuna, bro. I'm sorry. New signing doesn't matter. But Carvajal is in the team. Sit, hold bench. Right? Brahim Diaz, you were also poor. You hold bench. And Franco, you start. It is what it is. And look at what happened when Vinny came in. He got the kick up the ass that he needed, bro. And that's what you need. This is what I was telling you yesterday when I called you. I said, bro, this is going to keep your players on their toes because now they know anyone can get it. No one is safe. If I can bench Vinny, none of you are safe. If you don't play well, you're getting benched the next game. And you better pray to God that the person that I replace you with doesn't outperform you. And speaking of outperforming, I'm going to say this about Rodrigo. I know he didn't get any goals or assists out of the game, but bro, I'm going to be very honest with you, Will. I was very impressed with Rodrigo. Because you know what Rodrigo was doing? It's the same thing I keep saying, bro. He was the only guy who knew what time it was during the low block, bro. He was cutting inside and he was actually taking shots. And the shots were actually giving the goalkeeper trouble. He did his job. And I think that in the next game, he should start. I know Vinny is probably going to start because he just got to go and assist, right? But Rodrigo needs to start on that right. I'm sorry, but that needs to be the front three in the game against Mallorca.
Nah, but Rodrigo,
I don't want to see Rodrigo.
But the final thing I'm gonna say, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna finish with Chouameni. Like I mentioned, I wasn't a big fan of Chouameni, but I'll tell you this, bro. You see that first goal, that tackle? When you see that tackle in real time, you think, bro, he cleared the shit out of this guy, bro. How is that not giving us a foul? But I went back and I looked at the foul, and you know what I had to do, right? I had to go to Twitter and I had to like pause it. And dude, it was literally like a split second, bro. The tiniest emergence, bro. He got the ball before he got the man. It was so quick that it would have been easy on the eye for you to miss it, bro. And that tackle, bro, those kind of tackles are elite. I'm sorry, man, because dude, it's a split second tackle, and he performed well. And I'll give it to you, man. He controlled that midfield and he controlled against Osasuna. So
go ahead,
Xabi Alonso might have indirectly saved his job or saved Real Madrid the time. Yes.
What the fuck?
Mavada, he just got here. Mavada, what did he say? He was the second La Liga game of the season.
Look. The fact that this guy decided to bench Vinicius Jr. I thought, first of all, when I saw this guy keep on playing Vinicius, I was like, this guy surely doesn't have the cojones to drop players. I thought this guy, this is the first time, this is the big move, this is the first time he's coaching real players, because let's face it, man, this guy was coaching Boniface, Patrick Schick. This is the real stars that he's coaching. So I thought this guy is feeling kind of inferior towards the players. But fair play to him. Now, not only did he bench Vinicius Jr., he benched Trent Alexander-Arnold. He benched Militao, who was amazing throughout the whole work. When he came on from the Club World Cup, had amazing preseason. He just benched him straight away for Rudiger.
Rest.
The guy
he's getting rest.
The guy showed. He showed that no one is safe in this team.
But Militao is getting a rest. He just came back from. He has been out for 2 years, bro. We need to get him in slowly.
Let me get my
point. Let me finish my point.
Go on.
The thing is, now he saved his job in terms of if he kept on playing Vinicius Jr., if he kept on players that are performing bad, then everyone will get comfortable. And eventually the performance by Real Madrid will eventually fall off, and La Liga would have easily won by Barcelona. But now everyone is going to play with hunger, and the results going to come. But that's my point. Fair play.
What I want to say, did you want to go, Dali?
No, just go ahead, Volume. Go ahead.
Oh, what I want to say, though, is, I know this is a good panel because I thought I was going to be the one bringing up the coach. And honestly, like I said in the last show, I thought you guys needed to do something radical, because that's why I asked you guys in last episode, because I feel like Real Madrid, as they did last game, it wasn't going to work. And I said, you know what? I think you guys have to do something radical. And now to you guys' credit, you guys did. Now I think my team, now I'm wondering, my team needs to do something radical to change things around on the defense. But my point is, the fact that, I was shocked when Xavi Hernandez left out Vinicius Jr. Like I literally thought, I was like, what am I watching here? Like Rodrigo's actually going to start this game, and to his credit, Rodrigo played extremely well. Like his game was okay. He wasn't nothing to sneeze at, but it wasn't like great. It wasn't like bad. But Madrid did look better. Like they look more like the link-up play was better. He was still missing Carreras in a few passes there, but what I do want to say, though, because you said, I love Tchouaméni, and I've said this before. My favorite players are probably Valverde and Tchouaméni from Real Madrid. But make no mistake about it, your best player is Kylian Mbappé, because you guys need to realize the kind of cheat code that you guys have. At one point, Kylian Mbappé had 2 chances, 2 goals. And you can have a striker that can bang plays like that, bro. The pass that he got from Arda Güler, in transition, like the way he turned around and went out front, and next thing he knew, he was already in front of the goal. And the way he just puts it up on the corner like that, man, it reminds me. Sometimes Mbappe really reminds me of Thierry Henry. And when I say Thierry Henry, I don't say like the same player. I say like the same way he finishes. It reminds me of Thierry Henry's goals. I don't know if it's a player that he looks up to. I don't know, but it does remind me of Thierry Henry, and you guys have to realize, he scored the only 3 goals you had this season. At one point, the first 3 goals, that hasn't happened in a very long time now. What I thought that Xavi, I think if you tell me like who is the biggest winner out of this game, I would say is Xavi Alonso. And I think that's what Warrior was trying to say there. Like he saved his job in the sense that, maybe his job is so secure because we can already see how suffocating this Madrid is. And I never thought I would have seen the light of day that Real Madrid was going to pressure more than Barca. And to be honest, Real Madrid was pressuring a lot more than Barcelona was against Levante. And that was very telling to me. Like Oviedo had nowhere to go. They didn't know where to go with the ball. Like, and all 3
But
goals,
you said we haven't improved, volume.
But
you said we haven't improved.
But hold on. Before I go, yeah, because I'm gonna run off soon. I've got my show to do. Volume, Miguel. Before I go, I want to ask you: would you start Rodrigo against Mallorca if you were Alonso? Because I would. I personally would start him again. I would not drop Rodrigo.
No.
I wouldn't.
Against Mallorca, I think it's a tough call because I didn't finish until you guys won't let me finish, but I was gonna say, Vinicius Jr. coming into the second half, I thought it was incredible. I thought he came in with the chip on his shoulder. I thought he was pressing more than I have ever seen him pressing. Actually, the second goal was out of a pressing, getting the ball back on defense. He tracked down, gets the ball back. He actually pump fakes the shot too, and it kind of moves defenders and he leaves Mbappe all by himself. I think that we are overrating also because I do like Rodrigo, but we overrate him sometimes because, like, for example, as I was saying on the chat, right? This game from Rodrigo was good, but this used to be Vinicius' bad games. That Rodrigo game in the first half, that used to be Vinicius' bad game. So we forget about how good Vinicius is. So Vinicius came in the second half and totally changed the game. So I don't think Vinicius has to come off the bench every time. Now this time he did prove a point. He came in, he was motivated, chip on his shoulder. He changed the game. So the ceiling that Vinicius has as well, and the way that he can change the game, I think it's a tough call. I think I'm still going with Vinicius Jr. for next game.
That was his first away goal in La Liga since October of last season.
So you would start. Vinny and Franco.
Since October, it's his first away from Vinicius.
Jump in.
Like all my thoughts on Madrid. I mean, bro, the reason why we're giving Alonso credit now is because in the first game against Osasuna, it looked like same old Madrid, right? And in the second game, this was honestly, you could say this is the best Xabi Alonso game we've seen. The pressing, the goal scoring, right? And Vinicius and Mbappe, the link up, for Mbappe's second goal. But I want to speak about Mbappe, bro, because I'm probably one of the biggest critics on Kylian Mbappe, right? And his legacy at club level, right? But yo, this is like the best I've seen him. Just the best sharpness. I feel like he was so electric. I haven't seen this Kylian Mbappé since PSG, and I'm not talking about the last. I'm talking about like his like third, fourth year at PSG.
40+ goals last season, Jonas. He's the best player in the world right now.
No,
what do you mean?
Volume. He didn't the 40 goal a season like last year. At times, let's be honest, he started really bad. He was getting given pity penalties from Vinicius.
Facts.
You know,
and still score 40 goals.
Okay, fair enough. But my point is that this Kylian Mbappé that I saw versus
No, he's talking about the start of the season.
Probably,
50 plus this season. 50
this is like the
plus.
best game I've seen from him in like legit like 3-4 years. That's why I just want to point it out.
By the way, guys, before we move on, I just want to ask you one question, guys. What was your thoughts of Rodrigo when he was taken off? His reaction to it?
Yeah, he was angry.
I saw the video, and we had a Brazilian. There is a Brazilian TikToker that actually is very good at the reading lips, and he was just frustrated at himself because he thought that he didn't have a good performance.
Okay,
and he can't really complain. He got the start. He played for more than 60 minutes, and he played in his natural position. He has nothing to complain about. He should just take his chance.
Yeah, take it, Jonas.
Yeah, peace out, bro. Peace out.
Matrix. I saw another lip reader said, I don't know which one is true to believe at this point. He said he was complaining about getting replaced every single time. So he was kind of complaining about something regarding the minutes that he's getting.
I think it's a good problem to have. If Xabi Alonso can rotate between these two, I think we would be good to go.
At one point, Mbappe had 2 shots, 2 goals. You guys don't realize Ferran Torres, we need to create 4 chances for him to score 1 goal. And like,
don't compare
Mbappe, bro. You can do there are levels to
this. How many times Mbappe is bailing you guys out? I remember the game against Leganes. I remember the game at Villarreal when he scores 2 bangers from outside the box. You guys win 2-0 that game. You guys were pulling stinker after stinker. The only reason why you guys were relevant is because Mbappe was scoring so many goals, and you guys have no idea how much easier things make it makes it look when you have a player that good. I think it's still Mbappe. Even after Real Madrid, playing better, being a better team, being the better side, having the ball, not giving Oviedo any chances. You guys still. It was 1-0, and I texted you guys on the chat, and I'm like, you realize it's 1-0 again? Like, are you guys gonna be 1-0 FC now? Because as far as creating, though, I still feel like you guys are missing something.
I mean, that's true.
And right now, you guys were playing against Oviedo, who it's not one of the better sides in La Liga. That's a team you guys should have been like 2, 3, 4 goals out, in my opinion. So I feel like the creative midfielder still needs to get better.
We beat them 3-0.
It was sugar-coated a little bit out of the 2 individual qualities in the second half, but you guys still have a little bit of work to do, in my opinion.
It was individual quality.
Think about what
individual quality. Wait a second, Omar. The second goal was not individual quality. The second goal was down to the tactics, pressing, high pressing, collective pressing, winning the ball back.
But no one's denying that.
I said Vinicius Junior track back, press, got the ball back, pass it to Mbappe.
That one is not down to the individual brilliance, though. That's more down to the tactics.
Every goal I thought it was a quality goal. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I feel like creation still a problem in Real Madrid, even after playing against.
What were your thoughts on the eight created chances by Arda in this game? There was a couple. I mean, the one to Franco, which, like I said, could be a penalty, could not be, whatever. He crossed one ball to Franco. He crossed one to Carvajal that almost got one too. There was a couple out there that were very, very close.
We
had
a lot of chances.
I would agree with you and say we probably do need another CM out there too. That's why we didn't even mention it. The Ceballos news that he might be leaving too. Yeah. I would only want him gone if we get somebody else.
But this is why I would agree. Arda would be so good with somebody who can create. I think Arda would just be a thing of beauty.
But this is what I mean.
Had an end, so I think it would just be light years better.
But Volume, this is exactly what this is why I understand where you're coming from. Because here's the thing, Will, right? Yes, the scoreline, right, shows how great you guys played. But let's be honest here, Will, right? For most of that game, yes, you guys took the lead in the first half, right? But for most of that second half, you guys were trying to break them down. And yes, you created more chances than you did against Osasuna. That's true. You guys created more chances. But still, it was a problem. When it went around the end of the game, tail end of the game, when you guys got that second goal, you can see that completely snuffed any confidence out of Oviedo, because before that, you saw they were trying to go forward and maybe try to hit you guys on the counter, right? But after that second goal, they just packed it in. And then you guys got your third, right? But this is the thing. What Volume said is true, right? Yes, Ada Gula created a lot of chances. But listen, Will, you guys don't have a Cruz-esque or Modric-esque player in your team. Valverde is a good player, but he's not that. You understand what I mean, right? And I think that might hurt you.
Just for example,
keep underestimating.
Just for example, that goal from Mbappé. If that was Ferran Torres, you guys realize that if he doesn't score that goal, you guys, it's still 0-0. That's the difference.
But look who you compare him to. Ferran Torres.
No,
Ferran
I'm just
Torres
giving you a perspective.
One of Mbappe's
Matrix.
boots, Babada.
Oh my God.
That's why I've called Mbappé the best player in the world right now. Like I said, I agree. I said I agree. Yeah, he's not going to win the Ballon d'Or or anything like that. But the second that guy gets the ball, he just knows what to do with it right now, and that's just the form that he's in.
Chat, let us know what you guys are saying, right? Big up everybody that's in here. Make sure you guys smash that like button, bro. It's been over fucking 300 people this entire time. We're barely over 100 likes. Why do I have to, bro? That should be the first thing you do whenever you enter a stream. It just hit the like button. The fact I gotta call it out, it's crazy. Look, big up to my guy Andrew. The super chat says, as a Barca fan, I would sell Yamal to keep Rashi.
What the hell?
You are not.
I will help you guys out. We'll help you out.
That's a fake Barca fan.
He's not a Barca fan.
Kevin said ban him.
I'm blocking him right now.
Big up Andrew, Mavada.
He says he's a Barca fan though, so you know.
Nah, bro.
It's the internet. It's the internet. Why would he lie?
Listen, that's yeah, exactly, Daddy. Why would he lie? It's the internet, man.
He's an undercover
to be fair, he did say earlier that he's a Barca fan, but he's Rashford FC. So,
see my point, bro. Can we just skip your 100%, right? Anyway, can we move on to the Atleti now? Because
Ghost FC.
Yeah. Look, guys, run the likes up, people. Look, let's talk about Atleti though, because
yes, sir.
In a row that they've dropped points. This is actually crazy, right?
5 points drop.
Bro, to draw 1-1 with Elche after the summer that they
newly promoted club too. Can we just ignoring that?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's unacceptable. It's actually funny. The big three played the three promoted clubs.
Yeah. Both teams won, bro, and they played at home. Will we played both of us played away? Both of us played away. They played at home.
True.
Hey, let me say this though. I was kind of
Rodriguez that got the assist for that Elche goal, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Let me say this though. I was surprised.
It was.
I was kind of surprised seeing Alexander Solos in the starting lineup. The fact that he was getting rumored to get sold the other day, and he absolutely took his first goal amazingly. But 5 minutes to 10 minutes after that, I only watched the highlights. By the way, he had an amazing 1v1 he missed, and then they conceded that amazing counter-attack goal by Rafa Mir. But overall, I think Atletico Madrid were just wasteful in front of the goal. They created enough chances. I've seen Marcos Llorente in front of the goal instead of scoring it for tapping to Alvarez, just skying it. They were creating a lot of chances, but overall, just wasteful in front of the goal. And I need this because Julian Alvarez might leave them next season, man. I hope
he had 0 shots in this game.
Free Alvarez.
Yeah, man.
Free Julian. Yeah, let's go, man.
I mean,
from the shackles of Simeone, man.
He's not coming to Barca though. You guys cannot afford Julian Alvarez.
He's arriving. He had the money, man.
Alvarez 2026, man.
That's not a fact, Will, but I'll let it slide.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Volume. They paid what? I think it's like
90 million.
It's 90 million with add-ons, right?
Yeah.
How much do you think they'll give you Julian Alvarez for? Their best player.
Probably 120.
I think 100 mil.
100 mil.
No.
Why they would only get 10 million?
Mabada, you think this is charity or something?
No, let's be honest.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
his
so
value went down though.
Wait, so you think his value has not gone down?
No.
His value has not gone down. Let me ask you a question. So Julian Alvarez, right, who is arguably one of the best strikers in the world right now. He's the only positive thing that Atleti really have going for them at the moment. Yes. And you think that you're going to get him for less than you paid for Coutinho, Griezmann, and Dembele?
Yeah, actually, we brought Griezmann for
story. There's an Argentine journalist that's close to Julian Alvarez's family, right? They already regretted going to Atletico Madrid, right? And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't he regret going to Atletico Madrid?
So he wants to go to Atleti, man.
if for example, right, if Julian Alvarez demands his exit from Atletico Madrid after not winning anything because they're not going to win anything next season, he is going to get he's going to try to get out. And at that point, if he says he can do the same thing he did with Lewandowski did. Like he said, I'm only going to Barcelona. And then at that point, if he does that, I've already said this. Financially, Barcelona, this is the year for Real Madrid to come back, because next season, Barcelona will have their stadium back. We're going to be back to bringing in more than 100,000 fans per game. We're going to have more money. The financial status will come back. And I know I sound like a broken record as a Barca fan. We've been hearing this for a very long time. We're back to the 1-1 rule. We're back to the 1-1 rule. But we're just so close right now. And I think the next season, not this season, right? The next season, 2026, 2027, I think that season we definitely would have the budget to go after a prolific striker and a defensive CB. I'm sorry. So I feel like Barcelona will have the money. Right now, we couldn't spend anything. So
you think that it'll only be 120 million for Julian?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, but you will. What's important is also this, right? If let's say next season Alvarez does want to leave, right? Yeah. If he actually is pushing for the move, then I guess Atleti might be open to selling for 120, because let's be honest.
Can I say this though?
120 player.
Window shopping, in my opinion, is window shopping.
But it depends also. You're right.
I think most teams in Europe that need a 9 will go in for him. I think with
of course.
Wait, and Warrior, I'll let you go. 1 second, bro. Yeah. I think like when Valium brought up Lewandowski, right? You also have to realize Lewandowski at that time. How old was he? It's like his value wasn't that high, 30, right?
50.
Whereas Lewandowski was 25.
Bayern wanted him. They wanted him to finish his contract, and he said, "I'm not staying, and I'm leaving." Yeah. That's what. I'm only going to Barca.
No. So I'm not disagreeing with that, but at the same time, if Lewandowski was, let's say, 26 years old in the prime of his career, you're not getting him for the money that you did, and I think that because of his age, his value wasn't as much, so the deal was easier to get.
But remember one thing, Will. Remember one thing. Once a player says, "I want to leave the club," and I'm only going to that club, the value goes down. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but look at Isak.
I'm not exactly, but I'm not saying that his value will go down. I'm just saying like more than 120 for Julian Alvarez is not worth it.
It's crazy.
It's just not.
Wow. Look, all right, Warrior, go ahead, bro.
But I'm asking this for Barca fans, especially given the track record we have when we buy players from Atletico Madrid. Do you think we should actually even? Do you think he will break the curse?
I would get Isak if it was up to me. I would get Isak, but he's leaving.
They dreaming so hard. Warrior.
So this is what I would say. Right? It depends on system-wise, right? Because yes, certain times I feel like sometimes when you look at Atletico players, they don't really fit the Barcelona style of players like system, right? System-wise. However, when I look at Alvarez actually plays a lot like how we want our strikers to play Barcelona. You understand what I mean, right? So he's one of those people who I'm like, maybe he's one of those that I might take an exception to and be like, all right, if we could, I would take him. You understand what I mean? Like, I wasn't saying the same thing about Griezmann, because I remember when we got Griezmann, I was like, nah, man, I don't think Griezmann fit our system, because he never fit our system, and I knew it before we even signed him.
We bought Arda
Turan, yes. But this is the thing. Well, hold on, Matrix, please. Hold on, Matrix. But listen, I know we're talking about Alvarez, right? Because he's the main focus, right? But we need to talk about a man like Cholo, man like Simeone, brother. I'm sorry, man. It's over, man. I'm sorry, it's over, bro. He dude, the story has ended. I feel like now he's finally run his course at Atleti. He needs a new new I guess experience or something. Environment, bro. Exactly. Thank you, bro. I feel like he is, bro. He's been at Atleti way too long, bro. Look, he's playing the same style, Will. The same style he's been playing for the past 15 years? The thing that was actually making them the hardest team to beat, bro. Now they're getting beaten by everybody. Even Espanyol now are taking turns beating them, right? You're joined to Elche at home, bro. And look at the thing, Will. Look at the players they bought during the summer. Look at the players that they bought. Guys like Bayana. We know how Bayana was at Atleti. We know how Thiago Almada was, right? They signed a lot of good players this summer, attacking-minded players, and they're still struggling. I'm sorry, man, bro. I feel like this is more on Simeone and less on Atleti, bro. Because dude, they've actually bought a lot of good players this summer, right? Yeah. But the style doesn't work anymore, and I feel like he needs to move on.
After the last summer, he had the transfer window, and he delivered absolutely nothing. And I don't know how many points he got in La Liga.
But I don't. Well, I think they only have one.
But I have a serious question, like for Omar and Boria, and Kevin, of course.
Yeah.
Guys, do you really think you can afford a player for 120, 130 million euros?
Bro,
Let's be honest.
Matrix.
Money is not the issue, bro.
Wait, hold on. Let Kevin answer, because like Kevin hasn't spoken. Go ahead.
Kevin, go ahead.
I think next summer we're gonna be in the perfect position. But like Warrior said earlier, like, do we really want someone from Atletico Madrid right now? Considering how Griezmann turned out for us when we thought he was gonna be this amazing signing for us, I don't think so.
The thing
is, I'm not going to twist it. I'm not. Yeah, go ahead.
But what do you think the lowest price for Alvarez would be? This is my next question. What do you think the lowest price for Alvarez would be? 90. They bought him for more than that. Why should they sell him for less than what they paid?
He was holding bench for Man City, bro.
It don't matter, bro. This is business, my brother. They want to make profit. This is business. He's the most valuable asset. He's the most valuable asset.
This is the first team he's.
Why would they sell him for cheap?
Wait, hold on, Matrix. Wait. Cause okay, let me say this. Well, I don't know if you understand how the ins and outs in La Liga work, bro. But I'm sure you do, because you do a lot of the news, bro.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to Barcelona, Real Madrid, and all of these clubs, we technically do have the finances to go and buy players. The problem is this, bro. La Liga, they have rules. You understand what I mean, right? The stumbling blocks that cost players, right? Where if you buy players, it's gonna be one thing buying players. That's another thing actually letting the players play on the pitch. You've seen the issues that a lot of the teams in the league have been having recently, where they've had to be selling players just so that they can have some cap space to be able to register players that they just signed. You understand what I mean, right? This season, bro, the reason why Tebas and La Liga were all saying and Laporta all said that we were in the 101 rule is because we were told that we were back in our stadium. Do you remember, Will? They said that, I did it on Blaugrana Bus, bro. We talked about the fact that the stadium was complete and we were going to play in the Camp Nou on the opening day of the season, right? The VIP seats had already been paid for. Everything looks good. You understand what I mean? Right? That's why.
Stadium.
Hold on. Wait a minute, bro. Just a minute. That the VIP seats, right? Because that was approved, right? That was what kept us in the 101 rule. That's why they said we had met the requirements then. When this whole snag thing happened, Will, where they were like, the stadium now is delayed. Now we don't know when we're returning to the stadium. All of a sudden now we're no longer in the 101 rule now.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, bro. So next season is going to be different because we will be back in the Camp Nou at the end of the season. You understand what I mean, right? And those VIP seats will be approved. And when they're approved, we'll be back in the 101 rule, which means the next season we'll be open to spend all the money that we've accommodated from winning the league, from the trophies we won last season. Because we got rewards from winning those trophies. Come on, Will. Like, you can't tell me all the things we've been winning the past few years, we haven't gotten any finances out of that.
No, I mean, look, it's a good point. Look, Dally, you haven't said anything about Atleti, so I'll give you the last word, bro, then we wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep dropping points and dropping stinkers and stuff. So I mean, they'll find their form and stuff like that. I was shocked to see Alvarez only have 0 shots in the last one too. Yeah, I don't know. They did a lot of business this summer. We'll see if it pays off. You know, maybe they're just starting slow. I mean, Atleti every year it seems like they go on a run, so don't be surprised if they have a run here very soon. So I know I'm not looking forward to playing them. So
yeah, I mean, look, they always give us a hard fucking time.
1-1 guaranteed.
But yo. Great episode of Football Chaos. Big up to everybody that joined the panel, right? Shout out to Matrix, Bargrana Zone, Warrior Cooler, Dally FC, Omar BYT, big up Volume, Barca Reacts, everybody that was on here. All their links are in my description, right? Go in there, subscribe to everyone, bro. But now look, big up, people. Smash that like button on your way out. This is going to take you guys over to Sam's channel. Let him know Carnage Raid in his chat. Yeah, we'll be back Friday, and, there'll be content coming out throughout the week. Everybody else going to be dropping content as well. In a bit, people. Peace.
Al Madrid.
Vamos.